PEI, Prince Edward Island, January 2nd, 2016. Dr. Bian, a top scientist at Scorpion 7, was forced to leave his Albertan home. No explanation given. No time to take anything. Not even his beloved dog. Scorpion 7 originally had a laboratory on the second largest island of PEI. It was working on a DNA splicing project. The local government eventually began investigating the laboratory. On January 3rd, the head of the facility began making plans with headquarters to relocate to a new facility in Washington. Some employees, however, were reassigned to other facilities to work on other projects. When Scorpion 7 left PEI, Tignish Farm was built in its place. Dr. Bian was reassigned to the Yukon facility to work on the project contracted by Big J. The night everything changed, a dangerous virus began spreading across Canada. In the last desperate move, the government gave orders to blow up the Confederation Bridge, hoping to keep Prince Edward Island safe. The military came with explosives and did what they had to do. They destroyed the bridge, but in the end it didn't matter. The virus found its way to the island anyway. This is where survival begins. January 2016. While the PEI facility was being evacuated, Scorpion 7's Yukon laboratory was already deep into their hallucinogenic weapons research. Hidden in the remote mountains, the facility had been conducting tests on local wildlife for months. Dr. Bian, relocated from PEI, joined the Yukon team. Soon after his arrival, headquarters assigned new contract work from Big J. The research was split between different labs, with many scientists unaware of its true purpose. As reports of a virus spreading across Canada reached the facility, disaster struck. Test subjects broke containment. In the chaos that followed, two catastrophic accidents occurred. A Scorpion 7 cargo ship capsized in the icy waters, and a helicopter carrying highly radioactive materials crashed, creating a deadly dead zone that still poisons the surrounding area. Now, survivors face not only the deadly virus, but also the horrifying results of Scorpion 7's experiment in this frozen wilderness. In the summer of 1947, Earth received its first documented visitors. The Polisol Federation, an advanced alien civilization, arrived to survey our planet's resources. Their mission was clear: catalog Earth's riches and establish patrols to protect them from interstellar pirates who might seek to exploit our planet. But mankind wasn't ready for first contact. When two Polisol ships failed to respond to military communications, the United States took decisive action, shooting down both vessels from the sky. One of these ships plummeted into Washington state, vanishing into the landscape, a secret that would stay buried for nearly 7 years. Fast forward to 2016, the mysterious corporation known as Scorpion 7 began construction of a new facility, clearing away an old farm to make room for their operations. What they discovered beneath the soil would change everything. The long-lost Polisol ship, and within it, survivors, preserved in cryogenic sleep. These alien visitors were quietly moved to a restricted area of the facility. But Scorpion 7's activities got unwanted attention. A local journalist began investigating strange improvements in Big J restaurants' food quality. Uncovering a disturbing partnership, Scorpion 7 had been contracted to develop addictive chemicals for the food chain, conducting twisted experiments on local wildlife in the process. Deep within the Scorpion 7 facility, a test subject breaks free from containment, unleashing chaos throughout the laboratory. Word of the breach reaches government officials, who quickly dispatch Bravo team to secure the facility. But they arrive too late. The mission ends in failure, with the entire military squad turning into zombies. In their darkest hour, Scorpion 7 turned to the police survivors, waking them from their decades-long slumber. The aliens offered a solution: a mysterious artifact called the Soul Crystal, hidden away at another Scorpion 7 black site, might allow them to control the infected. But time ran out. The project was abandoned, and Scorpion 7 retreated, leaving behind questions that may never be answered. Long ago, tribes in Russia found a magic crystal. After something terrible happened, they broke it apart because it was too dangerous. Each tribe took a piece of the crystal and hid it somewhere safe. One tribe placed their piece in a tomb guarded by the spirit named Anastasia. They carved a symbol in stone showing night, whispers, harvest, and the crystal. Months before disaster hit Russia, a British man named Kilroy and his museum friends found these ancient symbols between Kyiv and St. Petersburg. They thought these were just old stories. On May 22nd at 7:18 am, Flight 106 landed at Sheremeyevo Airport without a pilot. The ground crew found everyone on board infected with a fast-spreading deadly virus. At Vorkuta Junction, soldiers woke up Pavel, the manager. They needed his help to move Ivan, an old World War II railway gun. Their plan was to blow up the train tunnels to stop the virus. The soldiers succeeded, but by 10:25 that morning, contact with them was lost. The virus spread further, and Russia's president ordered General Boris to launch a nuclear missile at Moscow. Boris refused, burned the order and cut contact. The military tried to launch from Silo 22, but Boris had sabotaged the missile. This turned the area into a dead zone. Later, the coalition military group came in the aircraft carrier Liberator, and Russia joined them. They built a base on an oil rig and brought submarines to help. But one submarine broke down and exploded. The radiation killed most soldiers at the oil rig, leaving the coalition with only the Liberator. Before zombies came to Germany, life was normal. People went hiking in the Zugspitze mountains. Local breweries made a new berry-flavored drinks, and workers found something amazing: an old dinosaur skull. Then everything changed. A farmer named Oskar tried to go into town, but what he saw made him turn back. The streets were filled with crushed cars and zombies were everywhere. The German military tried to fight back. They came up with Operation Flash Flood and blew up the Rappode Dam. This flooded Hamburg, but it didn't stop the zombies. The military then tried something bigger. They wanted to build a teleporter between Neuschwanstein Castle and a space station. But things went wrong. A space shuttle crashed into Cologne, causing a huge explosion that destroyed the whole city. They tried to prepare a second rocket launch, but zombies took over before they had a chance. One by one, military bases were lost to zombies. First, Schwarzwald base fell. Then, the Aerospace Defense Center. Neuschwanstein's castle was locked up tight, with iron plates covering every door and window. Later, a group called the Coalition came to help. They set up their base in Berlin's mall and started cleaning up the city. But this led to trouble. In September, Some survivors held Oktoberfest in Munich, trying to feel normal again. But the syndicate was planning something big. They attacked the coalition's base in Berlin from 3 sides: through checkpoints, through sewers, and by pretending to be refugees. The attack worked. The coalition had to run away to Russia on their ship, the Liberator. 2 prisoners, Pedro and Terry, went with them. Berlin was lost, and Germany was never the same.